This is NBC Palm Springs.
So, question for you, do you let your emotions get the best of you or the better of you? Embracing your emotions to create a life you love, that's the theme of Emotional Advantage. Randy Taryn is the author. Welcome.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
Well, it is great to have you. First of all, let's define what emotional is.
Well, let's define emotions. Emotions are actually energy in motion. So we tend to think that there are good emotions and bad emotions, but I say that all emotions are valuable if we learn how to harness their energy.
How do you do that?
Yeah.
Well, it's by looking at it with a new perspective. For example, everyone thinks anger, just don't be angry, just stuff it away. Anger is so valuable because when you learn how to channel it, you can right or wrong, and you can create a stronger boundary.
But if somebody is always angry and not aware of it, then they really don't have that under control, do they?
They don't. The idea is not to control necessarily your life, because then people suppress their emotions and end up with ulcers and migraines, and that's not a wonderful thing either.
Yeah.
The idea is to understand what are the triggers behind the emotions, right? And then we can work with that to guide us. Emotions are messengers. They give us information,
But
right?
don't you think sometimes too often somebody will say, well, don't be so emotional.
Right.
And I mean, to me, that seems wrong. Am I right?
Yeah, because when they say emotional in that way, it's like, don't be so weak, don't be so hysterical, don't be, it's not a good thing. But when there was a study I want to tell you about that examined 35,000 people, and the ones that had the variety of emotions to call on, called emodiversity. They could call on a diverse range of emotions. They were the ones that were less depressed.
I think that's important.
Yes, a lot of times people run from pain,
Yes.
because that's an emotion people don't like to feel. How do you deal with that?
Well, put it this way. Each emotion gives you a gift. So sadness allows you to get into stillness so you could reevaluate your priorities, right? And fear can make you more alert, aware, so that you can reawaken your instinct, and that can lead to feeling more courageous. So each one is good in its own way, and pain, in a sense, we can't always be happy. In America, we're obsessed with being happy all the time.
Yeah.
But,
Let yourself
life
feel
happens.
it. Let yourself cry it
Feel
out.
it.
Sit
Feel
with the
it.
sadness.
The
Well,
only
and-
way out is through.
And
Yeah.
you bring that up of, if you get emotionally, a little verklempt, I mean, that can happen at the drop of a hat, at least for
Sure.
me.
Yeah.
And then you kind of think, oh gosh, why am I getting so verklempt about that? But that's okay.
Oh,
Right?
it's part of life. Once we can accept, okay, this makes me feel a certain way, and this situation I know is going to, make me anxious or so. That's information that we can use to course correct.
Yeah.
Got it.
And so use it as an advantage rather than a
Yes,
disadvantage.
yes.
What a pleasure.
Yeah.
Oh, my
Randy,
pleasure.
thank you.
Wonderful to
All
be
right.
here. Thank you.
You made us smile. That's an emotion.
There you go. Good one, Joe.
All right. We'll take a break and we'll be right back. Stay happy.